Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Rome, and we're back with some more Mechwarrior 5 Mercenaries. Now, I recorded about 7 episodes, but I've made some decisions in my recording format that would have worked, but required stupid amounts of time to get videos out. So we're going to backtrack on that, and we're going to record a new series. However, this is going to be a modded playthrough. We are going to attempt to play through all of the DLCs as our goal. I have a number of mods added here. You can see we've got yet another mech lab, yet another weapon, better lance mate status, the star map mouse over, yet another clan mech, yet another advanced career start, Mechwarrior 5 compatibility pack. I've got 2 of them, one that's in and then one that's part of the Steam pack. We'll just run the Steam pack one for the moment. Xenopacks optimized, which does have a conflict, but I recorded 7 episodes. I didn't run into any issues with it. It changes some textures, essentially, is what happens to more efficient textures. Yet another clan weapon, better lighting, minimal fog version, and remove jump ship animation. So that's what we've got going on. So let's go ahead. We are going to say new campaign. I'm going to turn down my volume a little bit because otherwise I have a sneaking suspicion that all of those clicks and beeps are going to show up on my mic, and I don't want them to do that. So if we take a look, this is the custom career start, excuse me, that we can do anything with, and we will. But let's take a look at when the DLCs are. So 3040, 3038, 3031, 3025, 3026, right? And that takes us back to the base start. So this 3025 is the first one. So I originally gave myself 5 years to play up to this 3025. So I made the start at 3020. And I think that's just a touch too long. It worked, like I could get into it, right? That wasn't an issue, but I don't think we needed to go that long. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a couple years off of that. And what we're gonna do is we are gonna pick our custom deal right here, and we are gonna say 3022. We'll give ourselves 3 years to build up and work on our lance. Now, mediums, maybe a couple heavies are all that's really necessary for this first lance. And so maybe we want to make sure we have a really good set of mediums and lights to go into that. That might be our primary focus. We're going to start with a little bit of money. I might give us, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to start us with 6 mechs. I'm going to start us with a bit more, so slightly better than the standard mechs that you start with. That's the idea. And I'm going to start us with 6 pilots. And they're going to be regular pirates with experience. Because remember, when we take over the Merc company, we're not starting a brand new Merc company full of rookies. We're taking over a Merc company that's been running for years successfully under our father. Yes, the bulk of it was on the ground, and maybe there are pilots on the ground and that sort of stuff, but clearly some of it was able to get away because Dad held off by himself, all by himself, while everybody else was able to escape. So it makes sense that our pilots should not be rookie pilots. They should be experienced pilots. We should have a nice mix of mechs. We know that there were assault mechs in the Lance, so we're going to go this way. I don't know what this is going to give us. It gives us a random bit. I got wildly different results the 2 times I've tried this start with these settings. And so I liked both of them, I'll be honest with you, but that's what we're going to go with. Max pilot skills caps. If all starter pilots have max skill caps. Include the commander. Yes, I'm going to include the commander. And you know what? Sure. Let's go ahead. Let's keep the pilots we have. Let's keep the group we have. This isn't a goal of trying to run around and find the best pilot. We'll keep the pilots we have. The last one, I'm pretty sure it started me, and then I disappeared partway through. So let's just make sure that we include a commander in there as well. And we're going to go ahead and hit select, and we're going to confirm. And we're going to just start our own career. We're not going to import any mechs in. We're going to hit escape. We're going to go through the storyline stuff pretty quickly because at this point, we've seen it a lot. All right, there's no huge need to go digging through that. Now, I am in the middle of the screen-ish because that's the best place for me to be during combat. I don't think it'll cause us too many problems outside of combat, but we'll kind of play that as we go. I think because I saw a trailer for the new Crow movie, which looks absolutely horrible, by the way. The soundtrack was terrible. The trailer gave the entire story from beginning to end, including the final fight payoff. So it made no sense. The trailer was garbage. But the movie didn't look that good. But let's go ahead and do this in honor of the original. And in the past, we've done kind of Crow, Raven stuff anyway. And I just need to remember how to spell Corvid. So give me a second to figure that out. I think what we'll do, I was going to do that. I was going to call it the Corvid Conspiracy is what I called it last time. Let us just call ourselves the Mob, right? And I believe there is an actual... There we go. We'll go with that as our it's a stock one. We could easily do a mod to add our own, but for now, let's just go with that. All right, we are going to do this. So this is an interesting deal because this is going to add an additional ship that we have to upgrade, similar to BattleTech, the computer game, the most recent one. And as we can complete Cantina missions, we will be able to upgrade that. Now, initially, we're not going to be able to field any mechs over 35 tons in slots 2, 3, and 4. We can do whatever we want in one, but 2, 3, and 4, we're going to have to upgrade from 35 to 55 to 75 to 100 tons. Now, we're going to, weirdly enough, start with a 115-ton mech because we're running YAML, and YAML, the crew, made me my own custom Corsair. They did it for a number of streamers, YouTubers, and I just happened to be one of them that they picked, which I am eternally grateful for. It was so nice of them to do it. So we're going to have 115 Corsair Rome with clan gear. Now, our story for this is Dad was infiltrating from the clans, right? We know this from the main campaign. This is, in our story, the mech that we recover towards the end of the storyline. I think I don't remember what it was in the original one. Maybe a souped up Marauder or something like that. We're going to say this was the mech he originally came out, built up to infiltrate the pirates and then work his way into the Inner Sphere. So obviously a Corsair is a pirate mech. This one just happens to have some clan crap on it, which is a little bit out of timeline in general for the Inner Sphere. But if we're buying into this story where the clans have early on started to infiltrate the area, and Dad was a dirty clanner, then it makes sense. We can have clan gear on a mech that Dad built and brought up, and we got at the end of the main storyline. So that's our storyline for our Rome Corsair. So our Corsair Rome, as it's called, I think that's what they called it. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna upgrade that. We are going to enforce mech destruction. This is gonna make life interesting. If we get, no, you know what? I'm not, because there's some inconsistency. So if we do this and we get a mech that gets the CT gets destroyed, it will be unrepairable. But if we salvage a mech and we build it back up and the CT is still destroyed, or we just take a mech as reward and the CT is destroyed, and I believe those are all repairable. I know for sure if we get it from scavenging it is. Without a CT or anything. So, you know what, we're not going to. We'll keep that. If we can fix them, we'll try to fix them. It may not be worth it, but I played it that way, last time. MechLab permission levels. Now, this is an interesting one. We are going to run this, and we're going to give ourselves a little bit of an offset. What does this do? This means that based on the technology level of the system and our faction standing, as well as our Merc standing, are all going to affect what we can actually do within a system. So the systems themselves have various levels, right? We can see from none to 7 for Ultratech. So those are the base levels for each individual system. Then what's going to happen when we're going to send them, it's going to compare kind of our permission level based on the industrial level. And the lowest of those is going to be our limiter. Our permission level, as you can see, is going to be based on our faction standing and our Merc level. So we need to get our Merc level up, and we need to get our faction standing up. It's going to combine those to get us one number. Like I said, the lowest number between that and the industrial rating is going to be what affects that. Now, we're going to say we've got an experienced crew with experienced techs, and so we're going to give ourselves a bonus of 1. So our permission offset level, I believe, positive level increased permission. So we're going to get one additional one. We're going to say, look, the crew that we have here can do miracles out of very little. And so we're going to give ourselves a boost of 1 on that. Pilot def, I'm going to knock this down to 80, maybe 85, 86. That's fine. We'll just leave that right there. So if a mech gets headshot and that's what kills it, there's still a chance the pilot survives. Now, the mech getting a headshot shuts down the mech. That doesn't necessarily kill the pilot. That is one way to do it. But there's plenty of other stuff in the head that'll shut down a mech instantly. So that crit could have gone to anything, and the pilot might have escaped. It could have just slid right past him and taken out all the computers, right? It might have been a chunk of shrapnel that goes into their helmet and shuts down the helmet, right? There's a lot of different ways to do that. And I will tell you that headshots, as we may have noticed already within the episodes we did for the DLC, the Solaris, there are a lot more headshots in the game than there used to be. So I'm gonna, whoops, 80. I'm gonna get 80%, right? There's a 20. I'm gonna try. There we go. 20% chance the pilot survives. Maybe injured, but they don't die instantly. We're gonna run version 1 salvage. We're gonna leave the difficulty the same everywhere else. I'm not gonna mess with any of that. Filter by rarity, only spawn clan tech in black markets. I'm okay with that, and we're gonna have to unlock black markets as part of our upgrade system. We're gonna leave the mech market up. All units available. Nope, we're not gonna do any of that. And we are gonna keep the loadout in cold storage. We're gonna hit OK. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out everything here, and then we're gonna end this episode, and then we'll have another episode that will go up the same day this one does. This will just be the setup video, and then we'll have the actual gameplay video coming up after that. So let's see what mechs it gave us. Last time I got an Atlas 7M A7. It was an A7. It was a badass AC5 and 5 SRM6s. This time it gave us a Crusader, so we didn't get an assault out of it this time. Our big mech will show up later. Once we do something, it'll show up. But we did get a Kintaro, so no assaults this time. We got a heavy. We got a medium. We've got another medium, an AC-10. Okay, so maybe the least special of the hunchbacks. But 4 medium lasers is pretty good. We'll probably take off the head laser and replace that with armor, maybe. And we've got a locust here. Okay. We've got another locust. So we've got 2 locusts. So medium laser machine gun, 4 lasers. This is a really good one, actually. This is a good one. This one, and a Phoenix Hawk. Large laser, machine guns, medium laser. Okay, not terrible. So 3 mediums, a heavy, and 2 lights. Yeah, it's not the worst lance in the world. The worst I've rolled so far was our Crusader. That's kind of a crap Crusader, if we're being honest here. LRM-15s. It's very much a support mech. The problem is this is gonna be a mech that we're rolling. Are we gonna turn this into a Splat Cat and just go all SRM6s on it? I've got 10 SRM6s in storage. I think this is gonna be a Splat Cat. I think we're gonna run this Crusader as just a brawler. Again, because we can't run this in any slot except one. This has to, if we're gonna run it, it's only us that's gonna be running it. And in fact, that's gonna cause us some problems if we take a look at our mechs right now, right? We have, there's our Rome there, by the way. We've only got 2 mechs that we can run outside of slot 1 at the moment. So we have a very strong reason to very, very quickly go ahead and get our Cantina missions done, which is gonna let us work on our, upgrade our operations, which is gonna allow us to upgrade our slots, the actual cradles themselves. Because right now, we're gonna run this and these 2, or this and these 2, right? That's all we can run. So we're gonna have to get these up to 55 pretty quick, which means we have to get to level 4 pretty quick. So I think what we wanna do is we're gonna jump down to some place very easy, like 2 to 5, something like that. Because we don't wanna drop into a heavier one, even though we think maybe the Rome can handle it, and then put these 2 guys in and have them get their asses handed to them. So we need to pay attention to that. So yeah, I think we'll do this later, but I think we'll do that. If you want to see what the Rome looks like, this is my special edition Corsair Rome. And as you can see, it's got 2 Ultra AC-10 clans, 2 Laser AMS clan. It's got an XL clan engine in it. In fact, it's got 2 of them, a couple 250s, double heat sinks, mobility for gyro, clan endo, active probe, 3 ER large lasers clan. It's good. It's good. There's some SRMs in there somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's the arrow and the torso. So I've got two clan SRMs in the torso, one in the head, and then an arrow 4 because I love arrows. They're a little bit like our cockpit death, except reversed. They're only 20% likely to do anything, but they're fun when they do something. So anyway, so that's this. And star map, where did we start? All right, in a bad spot. There's nothing here we can do. We're gonna run down here, and I like Merrick, and they have a bird symbol on them, so we're probably gonna run down here somewhere. Again, you know, playing with our Raven, the mob here. So we're probably gonna run down that direction. I believe the first real DLC is gonna take place in this, but we're gonna run down there. We probably could have changed that starting system, but that's fine. We'll just fly down. Mech Market, is there a light in here? No. If there was a light for reasonable, I might have bought it. Eric's, let's take a look at our pilots real quick. We've got the commander. We've got Cecilia Laurent at 36. 38 is Lena. 17 for Lucas. Victor is 28, and Gunnar is 24. All right, not too bad. Those are our 6 pilots. Like it. And was there anybody worth hiring here? No, not really. This is our ship right here, and as we every time we complete a Cantina mission, we're going to get a point. These things take different points. Now, this one can be done with just money. So I think we're probably going to do that pretty quick. I forgot that we could do that with just money. So it's going to cost us 1.5 mil. We may hold off. Maybe we'll do 1. We'll wait till we get to wherever we're going before we make a decision on that. Everything else is going to take points. So that one takes 3 points. That one takes 4 points. Each of these take 2 points to upgrade after that. You can see 4 points to do this. And there's a variety of things that these can do. Everywhere from working on a mech lab to drops to politics. Like, what do we get for faction? And how much money do we make, I believe. Human resources. Now, we're not playing with the pilot makeover, so we don't need to worry about recovery time. So these two we can kind of skip. But these two, you know, that's price. We want to get those down, as well as we can get some contract stuff. Anyway, it's very cool. On top of our standard upgrades that we're going to get from completing our faction missions. Our stats, our faction standings, our objective logs, our achievements to date. So I'm going to end this episode here. Thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will be back with the mob, which will be our all DLC playthrough for Mechwarrior 5. We'll see you next time. Cheers.